Just like breeding horses, you go back to this oats. There's genetics in oats that give it certain characteristics. Plumpness, color, protein. You breed for that, just like you do breed horses. Same deal. Oats is nothing but a grass. We're in grass country. You go ahead and always buy a milled oat. And then always test and grade your own oats so that you know you're getting that quality and uniformity.
Quality and consistent performance, characteristics you look for in thoroughbred horses. An elegant shine, defined muscle tone for speed in the winner's circle. Noted expert in oat production and breeding, Dr. Mike McMullen, North Dakota State University, identifies the outstanding genetic qualities of northern grown oats.
North Dakota has a reputation for being a source of high-quality oats, plump kernels, and a bright white color. In addition, our protein content is usually higher than oats that come from Canada or Scandinavian countries. This is because our farmers use a good amount of nitrogen in their oat production schemes, and we have an environment that favors high protein content in our oats.
Modern agricultural science can isolate superior genetic oat strains for powering your racehorse. How do you get that oat technology from the university to the producer to your stable? Alan Woodbury cultivates his ambition to provide consistent, quality milled northern oats specifically formulated for high-performance racehorses. Living within the range of the top 2 oat-producing states in America, Woody coordinates with NDSU and growers to produce the highest quality oats with superior test weights and protein levels.
We're a family-owned business located in western North Dakota. We're real people. We're manufacturing quality horse feed with a nutritional profile that'll work for you. This oat facility can operate on its own. We built this separate driveway, and we built it, number 1, to ease up the pressure on our existing driveway, number 2, to have a separate dump just for oats and oat products. I don't like to dump other things back through this leg system. Just keep it separate for oats. If you look over here, we got separate holding tanks for our incoming oats, and we have one leg that'll fill and distribute these holding tanks. Then we got another leg that will empty these holding tanks and feed the oat processing plant itself. Incoming grain, it comes off a combine that is a machine that is metal on metal. The first thing we do is run it over magnets. Yeah, once in a while you find a wrench, once in a while you find a bolt. I wouldn't be too worried about those items because the horse ain't going to eat them. But look at this slack metal, this fine metal. That's what we want to remove. Well, from here we go down into this clipping machine. It's important physically because it clips the ends off the oats. It busts that end off, which doesn't bust off afterwards, creating dust within the product. It also improves the test weight. Nutritionally, it'll decrease the fiber and improve the energy. Then we drop down, we go through a scalping machine, and this scalping machine takes out the heavy trash, straw, sticks, stones, that type of thing. Then we go through this Uniflow grain cleaner. It's an air sieve mill, and it'll sort off a lot of the dust, chaff, smaller straw, weed seeds, and some of the smaller kernels, and take out some of the larger empty kernels. Then we go on up through a disc cleaner. It cleans by sizing, more or less. It's got all these discs inside it. It'll take out like sticks and some more weed seeds, and there's no one cleaner design that will do the perfect job, so you have to have different cleaners doing different jobs. By the time you're done going through our process, we actually clean 5 times. Now we come back and run it through another clipper. Clipping is not an exact science, and you can see some of the kernels will get clipped twice, and very few of them, by having 2 clipping machines, however, will get missed. So we're sure that we're getting every kernel clipped. And this really reduces that fiber, increases that energy, gives you more uniformity. Oats is a funny product. As you move it, the dust will separate from the product, and you should be pulling it while it's in suspension. Once you let that dust settle down on the product, it creates a static electricity and it sticks to the product. But every time we move oats in this plant on a leg or any of the machinery, we have air to it, pulling dust every step of the way while it's in suspension. Dust causes allergies and respiratory problems. If you have a horse that can't breathe, he obviously isn't going to run. This aspirator or air cleaner you're looking at is simply another air cleaner that separates by air, pulling dust, moving the oats, dropping it, so we get any dust to separate off the kernels and pull it while it's in suspension. Now, this machine here is a sizing machine. There's a certain screen size in there. These drums are set to take out large particles. Say if we had any corn or barley, off-sized kernels that are bigger than a normal oat kernel, out they come on this machine. Down on the next floor, right here, we have another sizing machine. This sizing machine has a different set of screens in it. It's set up to take out the small particles. This is where most of your wild oats goes out, most of your thin, most of your stub oats, all of your small products. See, what we're striving for is not only to have uniformity and consistency in test weight, but uniformity and consistency in each kernel. Here's a conveyor that comes from our oat processing plant. This little bin here is merely a surge bin, and down below that bin is an air cleaner. And that air cleaner cleans that grain one more time before it goes into the bagging bins. It's about 20 feet down to the bottom of these bagging bins. We don't want to drop oats that far. We put it into this easy letdown ladder. It drops it 6 inches at a time. We're sucking any dust. Now you see the oats flowing into the bin. Good, clean, quality product. We run it through 10 different machines, metal on metal. Right at the bottom of the bagging bins, prior to going into the customer's bags, we put magnets. Oftentimes you see in the different horse magazines, this great horse died, 21 years old. I'm wondering how many of them horses died of colic, and how much of this slack metal do you suppose they've had in their system? We have 5 bagging lines. These are the 3 main bagging lines. We bag meals and mineral supplements out of this bagger. All of our pelleted feeds are bagged out of the next bagger. The final bagger down on the end, that's where we bag our oats. The only thing we bag through that setup is oats, crimped oats, dried barley flakes, and that's it. We don't have the possibility of cross-contamination from pellets or mineral supplements getting into our oat bagging line.
Quality and uniformity requires vigilant testing and logging throughout the milling process. Grading and testing a milled oat demonstrates how fiber is reduced, and test weight can be improved nearly 20%. From a raw product weighing 40 pounds, the test weight is increased to 48 pounds after processing, an increase of 17%. This is an important factor when you're feeding horses by a bulk density basis. With Woody's oat milling process, protein levels increase 6%. Plus, milling oats increases energy value by decreasing the fiber content about 20%. A major advantage of milled oats over unmilled is that the milling process increases fat content up to 25%, another energy increase for the horseman. Total digestible nutrients increased by 5% or more. If you compare the volume and weight of a consistent milled product with some unknown oat mixture, you may find a striking variance. A trainer who feeds by volume may unknowingly rob his horse of valuable efficiency. Can you afford to leave 20% of your horse's nutritional intake to chance? Woody's high-performance horse feed products guarantee nutritional uniformity in each of the nearly 50-plus mixtures available. Only the top milled oats are used in Woody's high-performance sweet feed process.
Never do we take anything out of floor stock. It's made the day it leaves or the day before it leaves. We cover just about anything any horseman could ask for. We want to be one-service shopping. I mean, come here and you can get it all.
USA Network's first business featured Woody's high-performance horse feeds as a blue-chip enterprise.
And that's today on Capitol Hill. Barton?
Thank you, Dan. Less than 10 years ago, Woody's Feed and Grain had only one outlet, the company feed mill in Dickinson, North Dakota.
Woody's efforts to bring specific oat varieties from the university to the grower, to the mill, and to your stable have been recognized by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Uniform, plump, white, protein-rich oats from a long, cool growing season, clean, dry air, and meticulous attention to quality control goes into every bag of Woody's high-performance horse feed. Precision products for winning.